Talking. Hey, everybody. Tell me who's coming on. If you're on Instagram, let me know. Facebook. Tell me your name. Where you from? Y'all see somebody?
Gabby. Gabby's on here. On Instagram.
I can't come on. Say your name for me because I can't hear you.
Gabrielle.
Hey. Say hello.
Hi, Gabrielle.
Okay. That's it. That's the only person y'all see on there.
I'm checking.
I could have sworn I see people on my page. Y'all don't see these people on your page. I can't even see over there, but I know it's somebody. Hey, who is that? Good evening. How are you doing? It's time for soul food. Welcome. Come on in. It's time to talk. It's time to eat.
Yeah.
We having breakfast for dinner today.
Okay.
Heart it up for me, please. Share it. Hello. Anybody else?
Gaps on Facebook.
On Facebook, she's checking all our feeds for us.
She's
All right.
Your wise chef.
Who?
Your wise chef.
Your wise chef. Hey, look, I'm not a chef. Okay? I'm not a chef. Okay? My dad is a chef. I'm a daughter of a chef, but I am not a chef. Hey, your wise chef. Look, get on here and tell me what to do, okay? We're having dinner for breakfast today, so this is going to be fun. We don't know what we're talking about, but the premise of the show, they might know. I don't know. That's going to be fun. The premise of the show is that we discuss anything and everything, and we started off with whatever happened to you today, whatever's been going on in your week, whatever you want to discuss. Some of my favorite memories I've ever had in life was surrounded in the kitchen with my mom and my dad. My dad's a chef. My mom was an excellent home cook. And then as I grew up, some of my church members, we have great conversation in the kitchen. Okay? We talk great. We have a lot of great convo in the kitchen. A chance to talk about the things that pertain to Christians, how to live, what you're doing, how you're living. That's where it all goes down. So welcome. If you like the format, please share it with somebody else. Comment, talk back to us. They will read some of your comments as they see them. Put them in bold if you need to. But all those wonderful things. I got to get over there and see who is on my Instagram because y'all say y'all can't see nobody, but my page is blowing up.
Glenda's in, Pastor.
Hey, J. that's my cousin. Hey, Edgy. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I got to check on my folks. Okay, I don't know. Ain't nobody going to look after your folks the way you So come on in. It's time to have a good time. Yep. Listen, I hate turning the music up because they always mute us on Facebook, but it is jamming in here.
Yes, it is.
Come on in. Let's get ready to eat, to talk, to celebrate a couple of things. Come on in. Hey, how was your week? Hey, Mama Jean. So I'll start with our guest today. How was your week?
Good. My week was good.
How was your week, Danny?
It was good. It was tough, but it was good.
Tough week again today, huh?
It was tough.
I need to make some life changes. You might need to make some life changes. Stefan, how was your week?
I'm going through a move, so one place to the next, so we all know how a move can be.
Terrible.
Moves are horrible. I hate moving. I'm going to have to move soon. In June, so we'll probably have to take a break from the show because it's done in my kitchen. And we'll see if the next kitchen is set up. If it's the kitchen I want, then it should be set up perfectly. All right.
Man, finding broken stuff.
Right.
I know, man.
How did this get
Worse.
scratched up?
Oh man, my TV still broke from my last movers. Listen, if you on there, you know some good movers, hit me up, DM me, give me some names.
For real.
I mean, people that can be trusted, okay?
Wow.
Preferably somebody bonded as well. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, what else is going on? Stefan's been moving. What else? What else has been happening? What do y'all want to talk about tonight?
Man, just dealing with people, you know what
Correct.
I'm saying? You know,
That's the thing.
life is full of this thing called people. You know,
Correct.
we deal with people all day, every day at work, our friendships, family. People is everywhere, man. There's just so many people.
Exactly.
And
So you got issues with people.
particularly communicating with
Yeah,
people.
Lord.
You
Yeah, Lord.
know.
Yeah, Lord.
I'm an avid communicator. Let's see what I can do.
You know, I really think communication is high up on the rung of things that you need down pat to live a pretty wholesome life.
Yeah.
But it don't always turn out. Communication don't turn out how you want it to. You know, you tell somebody something nicely, and then it just didn't go through. Does not
It
compute.
doesn't ever.
Tell nicely again, does not compute. And then when you start yelling, now somebody wrong. Now somebody wrong.
In their feelings.
You know?
So you had to yell at somebody this week?
Well, I guess my tone changed.
That's
Got
a
a
nice
little,
way to put it.
got a little elevated, a little bit more passionate, you know, because we really wanted to get this across. And it led me to think, like, man, you know, is being nice always the way to go? And should you just be the bad guy by being direct with what you want to say?
Should you be the bad guy?
Bad guy, because you're going to be a bad guy, because people are going to get their feelings hurt, and you just telling the truth. The truth is
Correct.
the truth. You know, so, hey.
Wait a minute.
So some my cocktails this Friday.
Hey.
These are not
Friday
alcoholic.
night at 8. That's what she told y'all.
Oh, come on. Good.
That's it.
Oh my gosh. That's
It's
amazing.
real good.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Well, you know,
Perfect.
you're just trying to eat up some extra oranges.
So
You can have a little stand outside the apartment.
Exactly. It's good.
Make some money
This
off
is
this.
perfect, refreshing, and sweet. Amazing.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, yeah.
It's real good.
It's just juice, guys. It's just juice.
Good
It's
juice.
just juice. It's just juice.
That's real good.
So you had to get firm with somebody, huh?
Yeah, back to reality. That thing is good. Just had to have a tough conversation. Tough conversation about, you know, the things that were going wrong that we moved past nicely.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes everybody makes mistakes. We all are human.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't consider how our mistakes affect the other person.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just don't put enough weight on it, you know, to say, you know what, that really was inconvenient for you, and I did drop the ball. It won't happen again.
Wait. So you had to get firm, right?
Yes, had to have a tough conversation.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I live in that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in firmness. I'll cook you a good meal, but after I bite your head off.
Yeah, I see bodies now. You.
I believe in firmness. Listen, everybody wants to be a part of something that is good.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yes.
wants to go to church and it runs smoothly.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go to work and your departments run well. Scoot over a little bit.
Correct.
Jen, you stay there. Thank
Okay.
you. Everybody wants that, right? But nothing gets done with nice people. Hello? I just don't know if people. I know y'all think you can be nice. You can be nice to me, and I will well. And I love when men say that. I love
Come
when
on.
men try to convince us
Now you know what?
that it don't take all of that. You can just be nice and then
Correct.
I'll do it.
You just said
Y'all
nice.
is a nice lie. Okay?
Right.
Y'all is a
Right.
nice lie. Y'all be lying just so you won't hear us. But no, it's just y'all. No, I'm telling you, don't men be trying to convince you ladies that if we would say it nicely, that they would really listen to us.
Correct.
They be lying.
Yeah.
They do
We're
lie.
not
They
lying.
lie. Straight up and down line.
We're
Y'all
not
be
lying.
lying,
Man.
man. Y'all be
Not
lying.
lying.
Y'all be lying because you just admitted yourself that you was talking to another dude.
Another
And
dude.
you had to get firm.
Yeah, I had to get firm.
Okay, all right,
Had to
okay.
Had to get
okay.
firm.
See, that's the evidence
Had
right
to get
there.
firm.
There's the evidence. But I think if you're gonna get something done, you're gonna have to be a little bit aggressive and crazy, depending on how severe the thing is. If something's easy and lightweight, then it doesn't matter. But if it's important,
Yes.
Working relationships, not work relationships, but
working,
we have to interact on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
So we are two different people, and we need to work together.
Yeah.
So the things that are your deficiencies and the things that are my deficiencies,
Right.
let's go ahead and address them and talk about them, and let's come to let's fix all we can. You know.
Yeah.
So those conversations are, sometimes you be reluctant to have them because you don't want to be a nag, or you don't want to. I don't want to tell a grown man, hey man, you need to tie your shoes when you're walking around so you won't trip.
I mean, everybody has to be reminded to do some of the most simplest of adult things.
Absolutely.
It's just a part of it. I'm sorry. So I guess it depends on how important it is to you. in my opinion. If it's something that's really important, then do what is necessary to get that person's attention. Be aggressive. If it's not that important, just let it go. Do you know what I mean? If it really matters in your relationship or your friendship, then step up and say something. You know, that's the least you could do. You know, is to say something and try to get your point across. And then after that, that's it. You know?
Yeah. So when it's just stuff like preferences, I prefer this and I prefer that. You just, you know, what you say, go bottom shelf stuff like that.
Right. Bottom shelf, yeah.
She's used bottom shelf to mean make it
Bring
stupid.
it down.
Make it easy to learn.
Oh, okay, I got you.
She's like, yeah, it's not.
It's
not what that phrase means, and
inappropriate.
that's not how she meant it. She was just gonna say okay and go with it.
All right, stop being petty. You need to stop being petty out
Or
there.
I mean, just let stuff go.
Let stuff.
If it's not that big of a deal, you can let it go. But you know, if you're anything like me, that's hard all by itself. I know everybody's looking. Jewel keeps looking over my shoulder like, "What about?" None of this is ready, Jewel. None of it is ready. We're making biscuits with sausage gravy.
Ooh.
All right, so I've got some Italian sausage chilling in the refrigerator. I'm gonna pull that out in a second. I already got the biscuits going. The oven's been preset for 350. I put a little heavy on the pepper on these biscuits because it's going to be a savory type of dish. And a little cracked pepper, salt. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 18 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Until golden brown.
Yeah, right. I'm going to set my timer this time because I have burned toast. Okay?
Hey.
I have burned toast today. I mean, I had to, you know, take some baguettes and crisp them up for the egg dish in advance, and I burned it. I ain't even gonna lie, okay? I burned it.
I did it. I admit it.
While that's in the oven, I'm gonna start our egg dish.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I saw this
Anyway,
post. Huh?
I'm sorry, Pastor. Go ahead.
No, I saw this post. It's a French egg dish.
Oh,
But Jewel doesn't like eggs, so there's going to be one extra
Thank you.
that we will eat, that she won't eat.
I won't be.
Okay. But I love eggs. And not only do I love eggs, I love runny eggs. I know some people don't like runny eggs, but to me, they're just nature's gravy. And, so we're going to make these cheese egg dip. It's like a fondue, cheesy, eggy thing. You're going to put the eggs in. I'm going to give them a hot water bath. Like, I already got the water boiling. I'm going to fill this up with these little dishes. Eggs. We're going to use some herb cheese. Dump those in there. Is that what we did last time? Some heavy cream and let it cook. I might even pop it in the oven just to speed it up a bit. Okay, go ahead. So, firmness, hard conversations. Man, people complain to me all the time about hard conversations. Pastor, I think I need to quit the praise and worship team. Because we had a rough time. And I don't like how they be talking to me. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh. Danny's on the praise and worship.
It's drama.
It's always drama. And I have to constantly explain, if you're going to work with people in anything, it's going to be difficult. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's gonna take years to iron out communication in a way that is beneficial. You know, that you guys are not killing each other in.
Yeah.
That takes a long time to do. So the sooner you get it done, it takes time, it takes arguments, it takes conflict, you know, and that's just what it is. After a while, you start figuring out how to work with one another. But the goal is just to make sure that you're passionate about it. I don't care if people argue in praise and worship. Do you want to know why? And in some of my departments.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Because after a while, only the people that are called to do it will remain.
Now that's good. That's good, Pastor. That's real good.
I mean, if people giving you a hard time, hurting your feelings, not liking what you're doing, if that makes you want to quit because you can't work with people, and I'm not saying you got to agree with people. You just have to learn how to work
with them.
work around their weak areas,
Yeah,
their
right.
strong
Yeah.
areas, you know.
Yeah.
If that makes you want to stop what you're called to do, then you weren't called. People should not be able to stop your calling. That'll preach if you let
Now
it.
that really will.
That'll preach if you let
That's
it.
good.
No human being under the face of the earth should be able to stop your calling. So eventually, there are people that love to sing. Oh, y'all hardened it up on that. I'm looking at y'all phones. Oh, they is hardened it up on that.
Yeah.
Hello, somebody. Young, some people don't understand that. Everybody loves. Some people can sing, okay, and then some people are called to sing for God. And as a pastor, that's all you really want, or people that have that as because you're volunteering.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna volunteer consistently, it needs to be a passion in your life and not a hobby.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. What y'all think? No.
I think that's good, Pastor. Because I mean, you do go when it comes to working with people. It is a tendency. At least I can speak for myself. It's a knee-jerk reaction to just try to take the road of I'll be calmer and nicer to avoid any conflict. Period.
You can do that. That is a thing, and you should do that whenever possible. Please don't think I'm over here saying just run around being mean to everybody. If you can be calm and you can be rational, then do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Church is not trying to just bloody nose everybody.
Yeah. But then, Pastor, okay, then where is the line of being too nice versus no? There is a firm. This is wrong.
Do you have a position of leadership and authority? Were you in charge?
In this particular argument, yes.
I don't know what that means.
It's at work.
Okay, at work you in charge. Well, do your job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy at work because at work, if someone is difficult, you fire them. If you have the ability to lead, you can fire. So I don't even understand why you got to be firm. Fire them.
Okay, I got you.
Reprimand.
Okay, I'm at church. You can't be firing people.
No, you
All
can't
right?
do that at church.
You know, I can sit you down for a while, but the Lord forgive you.
That's good.
But if you're going to be a difficult employee, you should be fired. I don't have to raise my voice at work. I don't have to yell and be firm. I don't like that. Don't do it again. You do it again, and you're out. Next, it's enough people out here need jobs. Who need jobs?
Yeah.
Anybody be hiring soon. So
Righty.
DM her. Hello, somebody.
Oh, that's good.
No.
But if you got authority, then people have to learn. And these young folk coming into the workplace, they don't know how to be diplomatic. They think everybody's supposed to take whatever crap they give.
Correct.
You like, no, we'll just get somebody else. Eventually, you'll get so tired of getting fired and being a headache in the office that you'll change.
It's me. I'm the problem.
I'm the one that can't keep a job. I'm the one that keeps changing jobs every single year. Your resume, 2019, 2018, 2017. Something not right with that.
Yeah.
You're finding yourself, but all the jobs you're going to in the same industry. So it is you.
Yeah, that's true.
And Pastor, I think we're getting into why, from my perspective, why it's hard because certain problems people have are like intrinsic. Like they're like deep rooted problems. It's not just what they're doing. It's like who they are as an individual.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't feel qualified. I'm not nobody pastor, so I can't just be digging into your life to what you need to be doing with your whole life and how you need to make these changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and don't.
No. This looks so good.
Do it real
This cheese going in here, man. It's
real good.
Herb cheese. It's all soft and creamy.
tell
It's gonna get all gooey on the
That look real good
inside.
right there.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good right there. Right there.
Yeah, you don't need eggs, so don't try to switch over now. Don't try to switch over now.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be real good, real nice.
But yeah, you at work, people just need to know, people want to make work home. Work ain't home. You need to get a family. That's your job.
That's true. No, that's real. That's
people
real,
that take that mess from you. Nowadays people like, y'all can't do. Yeah, we can. Okay, Georgia, not in every state. What state are you guys from? Put your states and your cities up there. But in Georgia, it's a fire at will state, and unfortunately, we don't have things called unions. So if they don't like you, they just will fire you.
Man, what Glenda gonna ask? When does volunteering in church turn into paid positions?
When the church got money, when the tithes and offerings increased to the point. Hello, somebody. Look, some of y'all were getting paid even before I got paid. Hello, so let's not even go there. I didn't even get a
Miss Solomon, y'all was taking home money, love offerings. And,
For the
and
car.
hello, somebody.
We ain't gonna talk about that. No, all the pastors want to. All the pastors trying to steal people money, trying to take people money. Ain't nobody trying to take your money, man. We just trying to provide a reasonable service that you actually enjoy.
That's true.
That's it. You know.
And Pastor, we was talking about something earlier about like how people view church or view like you as a pastor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say if you go to, you just came back from an exercise class and you got on exercise clothes.
Yeah.
Somebody has this viewpoint. They know you're a pastor. Man, how she's the pastor walking around in exercise clothes?
I get that all the time.
What is
I actually
that?
had one of my members say that to me. One of my senior members said to me, Elder Durham, you're not dressing like a pastor. I had on workout gear.
Wow.
And she said to me I wasn't dressing like a pastor when I came to her house. I was like, I understand. Since she was my elder, I didn't say anything. You know, she was an older woman. I just said, yes, ma'am, I understand. But they do that all the time. Tell me my nails need to be done. I'm like, okay, I broke a nail. I haven't had time running a church to get my nails done. You know, people have sometimes unrealistic expectations, and you just have to kind of prioritize what is important and what isn't. And no matter what you do, people aren't going to like you. They're not going to agree. So when you realize people aren't going to agree with you, then you live free.
I think it's those people. We coined the term hyper Christianity.
Correct.
It's certain people in the body of Christ that can tend to overdo it, overemphasize on what you have going on externally, like it has certain merit, like you can wear something and lose your salvation type of thing. And it's like, where do we draw the line between, okay, we're following customs and traditions and we're doing certain things versus, you know, we're doing too much now. Like it's getting to the point.
Like, Ollie, quit breathing on my food. Let me cook it, Joel.
It's like it's getting to a point where you're not even considering that people are humans. Like it's humanity out here. You want us to be, I think people say so spiritual, you know, earthly good. So, and I think that type of stuff run people away from even wanting to join church when you have those things.
That's tough. Okay, so I was a young pastor. When I started, I was 33 years old. The first day I started my own church. I'm no longer 33.
But you look it.
But when I first rededicated my life to God as a young adult in my 20s, I had graduated, was still in college, and I left God for about 4 or 5 years. I didn't want anything secular. I had left my sorority because I didn't believe that God wanted Christians to pledge sorority, so I left Delta Sigma Theta, and they wanted me to do step shows in the Christian the Bible study, the Christian campus ministry. They're like, can you help us with step shows? I was like, I'm not doing no step show. I'm trying to get away from that, you know? So I think there are two types of people. There are people that come from the world and don't want anything to do with it. They don't want the secularism. They don't want you trying to make everything so relevant and hip and cool. And then there are others that aren't ready for all of that. They want some similitude of reality of how they live. You know, so it's hard as a church to balance that. If that makes any sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense, because you do want to know, well, where am I as a Christian? Where is the line to say, am I one of those that are putting people in a position where I'm ostracizing them because you're wearing the too tight skirt and the too short skirt, but at the same time, should there be some kind of where is the line for the standard to be for some of those things?
I don't understand why people care with somebody wearing a too tight skirt. I mean, people in my church care all the time. They'll email me, text me, Pastor, the praise and worship team, such and such.
And do? Okay.
Number one, you don't know that they do that often because I don't tell you. So don't even try to act, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because not nearly as much as they tell me, do I even bring it up to you guys. All right. But people have a hard time with what people wear. My opinion is, as long as you're not showing your butt crack, you know, you sending a message. And I'm more concerned with your heart and why you want to send a certain message, not your style.
Okay.
If you're a girl and you want to show off your body because you just like the workout that you've been doing, you got your muscles going, you've been working out, I get it. But if every day you're just trying to snag somebody's man, see it's more of the heart condition, in my opinion, as to why you're wearing what you're wearing.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
good. No,
You
that's
know, like,
really
what-
good.
like what's the reason? Not necessarily what you're wearing,
Yeah.
but why are you wearing it?
Yeah.
And why did you wear it here? Not necessarily what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
When we first started our church, one of our founding members was a transgender and was a transsexual, and she had her surgery and took her hormones. And when she rededicated, she realized that she didn't want that lifestyle. And she met with me and asked, "What should she do?" You know, and I said, "Well, you already had your surgeries. I mean,
Right.
She said, "Do I need to start dressing like a man?" I said, "No, why? Not unless you want to." And
Yeah.
I think there's a stigma about what you wear as being a prerequisite for Christianity.
Yeah.
And it's really about why do you want to wear it. So, in that conversation, whether it's attire because of, your gender preference,
Yeah.
or if it's your love life or whatever, why?
Yeah.
I think is more important than what.
That's good.
Does that make sense?
No, that's really good.
Now, the praise and worship team, of course, you got to keep it to a minimum because you don't want to be, up there just being a distraction. Yeah.
Spring break.
And, boobies out everywhere. Hallelujah. Booty out. Hey, praise. People trying to work. Man of God trying to worship. You're like, help them out a little bit. It's not your responsibility to coddle anyone's lust, but it is our responsibility to not make it worse for people.
That's
And I think there's a difference.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
that's really
There's
good.
a difference
That's
between
good.
not making it worse.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then coddling. All right.
That's good.
There's a space in here of she looks nice. He looks handsome. His pants fit well. They're not the gray sweatpants where the junk be flopping all around.
Those secret
I had
weapons.
to tell the dude at the church, "Dude, you can't wear them. You can't wear them here no more." He was like, "Why?" I said, "Because you was blessed and highly favored, and you got all my girls going crazy. Don't wear them. Wear something else."
Man,
Right.
there's some men out here, Pastor, that don't even want to look at a woman. They think that it's automatically lust by looking. It's like, oh no.
It could be for that person. Maybe they got issues. By definition, lust is something that cannot be satisfied. So if you look and it goes beyond she's attractive, but it starts conjuring up ideas of what it would be like naked or sex with that person, this is now the glance of an appreciation of something that was pretty or handsome has now become unsatisfied. It's
Yeah.
growing into more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at that point, you're going too far.
You all the way over there, bro.
You way over. Like it was like, she looks nice. That look okay. I can see you got the guns out. Okay. Okay. Now you want to see him naked and what that body do? Okay. See now. See now we're going. Now we're not going too far.
Jump out the deep end.
Too far.
Too far. Man, I should have pulled my hair back. This stuff is like I'm getting hot. Y'all ain't getting hot.
You doing
Y'all
cooking.
ain't right.
You cooking. You
Y'all ain't
cooking.
right. Y'all ain't right.
So Pastor Glenda has a question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she says, how much am I accepted for who I am versus when do I need to change?
What? In what way? Where? Hey, everybody on my Instagram page. Y'all does not say hello to my people. Danny, hey, my people. My phone is the one on Instagram. If you go to Facebook or YouTube, you get better angles. But, hey, all my folks, thank you for supporting. Hey.
Kirksey Rogers said, good teaching discussion.
What is it? Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate
All right. What does Glenda mean? I don't know. Hey, Shar.
She said coming to church or personal life in different settings. Like is
Coming to church when is being yourself separated, okay? Because that's too much, okay?
she said,
Let me know when she get her thoughts together.
okay. When she tried it again, she said, like, who establishes decorum? Does it change with the times?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
She has to, Glenda, rewrite that. Make it. I don't know. Give me one sentence, a little more condensed.
Should I say, hey,
Hey, Shar.
Shot.
Same Shar.
Her name is Shar. We say Shar. And this is non-alcohol.
This is not a shot.
That's what we tell y'all. That's what we tell y'all.
We tell y'all it's not alcohol.
But like, I can kind of get with Glenda on.
Okay, help me. What is she trying to ask?
On being fake, right? So
Uh-huh.
certain things we categorize as fake, like I got to go to work and put on my voice when I use your and say, you know, my work's all professional. You know, like when is that being fake versus when you need to be yourself? I sure ain't finna be at work like this. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be like, he doesn't know how to talk. So I think she's on the line of when do you know, put your on, like, you know, put your whatever fits that environment on versus
just coming as you are. Listen, I think that depends on a person's priorities. I don't put my work voice on because I want to be white. Put my work voice on when I used to work in corporate America. Because I wanted to communicate more effectively with those who had to hear me. Mm-hmm. And I don't have time for you to learn slang, you know, or for you to be more comfortable with me when I can just make this easier for you. Okay, I can slow down what I'm saying, and I can say it in a way that you would prefer.
That's good.
You know,
that's
and
really
that
good.
way we don't have to worry about this boundary. Because what I'm really about is effectiveness, is
Exactly.
communication. And if this will help you to effectively communicate, then I can do that for you. Does that make sense?
No, that's good.
And I just want to do my best. I want to do my job well, and I want to get my job done. So that's why you have the voice.
It's a
Does that make
scripture.
sense?
It's a scripture. What Christ say? I become all things.
You're talking with our people. Paul says that.
Paul says that.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, but and in church, I think some people are so used to presenting anything to God that when someone says there's a standard, they get bent out of shape.
Now that's good.
You know what I mean?
No, that's
like,
good.
So see, back in the day, you would approach God because he was amazing and holy and wonderful. And now Jesus has become so real, so personal. And I really want you to search the scriptures and find how many of them really talk about a personal Jesus. Even the miracles that he did personally for people, he said over and over and over again, it was for the glory of God. It really wasn't about the person. It was so that the signs and wonders could be fulfilled in order to show that he was the Son of God and Son of Man. But we in the modern America have made, this is not to say you don't have a personal relationship, we just made that the center of everything.
Yes.
So now God is whoever we want him to be in us, with no standard. Do you know what I mean? And thus, you can just come to God any kind of way. Now, if it was someone you loved or something you wanted, you would really try to impress.
Correct.
Not because you had to, because you just wanted to. You want to put your best foot forward,
Yes.
right? People don't want to do that when it comes to
That's
God,
real,
you know?
though. That's real.
They don't really like doing that. So they say, well, I don't want to put on airs. Okay, well, don't. But can you at least present your best self? I mean, it's the things of God we're talking about, you know? If I bring you into my home, my home is not me, but it is a reflection of me. It's a part of my day-to-day life. You may have been working in your work boots and got muddy. That's just you. That's a part of your work day and your work life. Should you thus track your work boots into my home? No.
Say, I'm just being myself.
I'm just being myself. When I come home, you know, this time I do my house. This ain't your house.
Is that
You know what I mean?
Right.
This ain't your house. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think people get, they want everything to be catered to them. And if it's not important to them, then they shouldn't have to adjust. And that's pretty much what it is. If it's not important to you, then you don't have to adjust. And it doesn't matter if it's important to somebody else or to God himself. Even if it was important to God, you wouldn't be able to hear it because you automatically assume that what you think is what he thinks.
That's so true.
Like, I don't think it's a problem, so I'm pretty sure God doesn't think it's a problem. And that's not always the case.
And Pastor, I think we're in like a culture now where being real, man, this is who I am. Being real is way more than being compromising.
I just thought it sounds so crass. For every guy that ever said being real is so important, I wonder how many of them watch porn.
All of them. I can answer that question off rip.
Or how many girls
multiple choice.
It being real is so important. How many people really watch porn? Because it's a pretty big industry, and nothing about sex and porn is actually real.
No.
That's true.
So your
Stay.
preferences have indicated for the most part that you don't really want real.
Yeah.
That's
You
correct.
just you want an excuse. You want an excuse to not do your best.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're an excuse to not sacrifice, to not be considerate of others or other people. That's really what you want.
Oh, these biscuits look
so
so
good.
Oh man.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you. I got to cut them in half because they got to go back in the oven. And because they're going to become smothered biscuits
Okay.
with gravy.
I'm trying not to
But
grab
I
it.
have to cut them in half and keep
Now
them
she knows
all
she's showing out. Look at
connected
Look
here.
at this right here.
Somebody put a camera on this lady.
For real. She really
This
did
is
shit
the
before I
plan.
get it up.
This is the plan. They want you to keep them connected, but mine are separating a bit here.
About to have me
Where my wise chef at, man? Help me out, man. I'm over here struggling. Oh, I should probably grease that. All right, but go ahead. Yeah, what else we got? Nothing else? Nobody else
Well-
got anything else?
Well, Danny was talking about some gender roles earlier.
Man.
Gender roles.
Gender roles.
Man.
I want to say that joke.
So I look, it
It
really gender roles.
Nope.
Like, you know.
I feel like
Can't do it.
Tootsie Roll. That's awesome.
Oh, That's funny.
Okay, never mind. Move on. Somebody help us.
Somebody
Get
change
us-
subject.
I'm like,
Get us out of there. We're pulling a jewel. Everybody stop. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, but like, so I think I just have been just seeing and dealing with throughout the week, knowing that as a woman and a Christian, living in a man's world, but how do you not let the division that you see between men and women, and how they're valued in the world and the differences that are put between us in the world, how do you let that not divide you as a Christian? Because it still is like, it can filter over into your Christianity, and you like, I'm looking at you like you a male chauvinist, even though you're a Christian. So, but for me, what does my heart need to look like in being open and not putting a divide or a block when it comes to all these different divides that keep us separated?
It's a man's world.
It's a man's world.
But
Can you say it with less words?
I just be feeling like the men they take advantage of us women, and they don't value us the way we need to be valued. Period. In all the different arenas.
Oh.
And how do you not let that creep into your Christianity?
Creep into your, what it got to do with your Christianity? What? Tell me. What's it got to
Well, because I feel like as a Christian, you ain't. It's a heart. Like you don't want to be like, like I'm still just looking at you like I don't want to talk to you as a man that you this type of way. Let me not talk to you, or let me not fool up with you because you of the same kind of mindset of chauvinist. So let me not talk to you in that. But as a Christian,
Okay, and not talk to you. That's fine. But what the you hate them? Are you something building bitterness?
definitely building bitterness.
Oh, you like a mad black woman bitter.
Correct.
Oh, Danny!
Yeah. For sure.
And thus, that is the problem. So many of y'all mad.
That was it.
For sure. I feel like, man, I like, especially when it comes to work. I was even telling Stefan, like, me and Jewel could walk in a room me, Jewel, and Stefan could walk in a room and they will automatically assume that Stefan is our boss.
Because I am.
Because you're not. Because you're not. Because you're not. Because you're not. But then I am a well-educated black woman, and I'm out here and I'm knowledgeable in my field when it comes to work. But I get overlooked for a man who is not as educated, don't have half the experience, but he's looked at like, oh, he's the one. He is. Yes, we've got our hopes on him, and you like, this nigga is dumb. Excuse me for saying that, but that's how I feel. Like, you're dumb. Like, you don't even know the half. So how do I not be bitter about that? And just,
Somebody else want to say something before I comment?
Well, yeah. I would like to say I can agree and I can disagree. I think based off experience, like if that's your experience, that's gonna be your viewpoint, of course. But I've witnessed a lot of women with a lot of respect, I witnessed teams that would be dead without women. You know,
Right.
And I've seen more
Churches. There
I know.
are churches that would be dead without women.
It's true.
And also, I've seen in some industries where the woman is just not getting the respect that they deserve because the men are feeling like, well, she cannot do all the physical things that I can do.
Correct.
So how does she get equal pay and stuff like that?
Right.
And, you know, when I see stuff like physical and equal pay, it's like, well, you're just a bad manager. This woman is going to be different from you as a man. You need to play her up on her skills that as women, that most women naturally have organizational skills, skills to get your stuff running real smooth and oil-like.
Right.
You need to play those up instead of saying that, well, it's unequal. No, you're just not being a good manager of what you have. But I'll say all that to say is I see both sides of the fence, and I think that there are certain industries that are predominantly chauvinist, but there are also situations where women are leading these companies and women are outshining men, you know, just based off my experience as well. So.
Okay. But I think her thing is, even though you see it happening where women are, you know, leading things in America, we're not treated as if we are.
Correct.
Yes.
The respect.
Correct.
There's
It is
a level
no
of
respect for it.
Okay.
No.
I can see that. I would say that even in the industry of coaching, the coaching industry is pretty male dominated. And I've been to tournaments and had a male coach that I hired, and people automatically assumed that he was the coach
Correct.
of the player I was watching. So it's definitely there, and it's definitely that perception. But that's definitely been my experience with it. I'll have sometimes people will say to me, you know, Miss Jewel instead of coach. But then there'll be a male coach and they'll automatically say coach. It's just what they're used to seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have our.
What are the people saying?
We got another question.
Okay, did anybody say anything about that one? I mean, okay, so I am a female pastor, and when I went to school at Liberty for my master's, Liberty didn't really care for blacks nor female leaders, pastors, preachers, or teachers, and that's just a fact.
Jeez.
But I went there because their information was really good. Their library, their resources was great.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
viewpoint that they had a high enough budget to attract really great teachers.
That's
You
good.
understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I wanted the information, not necessarily their opinion of me. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think y'all just missed the whole point. You missed the answer to your problem. It is not my responsibility to correct male chauvinism. And I don't think that sometimes, I think there are men that do it on purpose, and then sometimes they just relate better to each other.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I know when I attend conferences a lot. I went to one about building. It was a finance conference for pastors about building whole community centers.
Yes, ma'am.
As a church, and all of this company that was selling a packet on how to build a coffee house within your church, plus a daycare center, and how that format works. Everyone was waiting on my husband.
Oh, wow.
Oh, everybody was waiting on my husband to show up. And I just let them wait a little bit longer than uncomfortably. Because I'm not married and the church is mine.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I didn't do business with them, and I probably won't. Who out the way? But the idea here is it's not my responsibility to correct male chauvinism. You do what you do because you're good at it. And I think a lot of the time when women become bitter is because they haven't, in my opinion, no offense to the men present, we're smarter than men. They are stronger than us physically, but we are smarter than them if we would give ourselves the opportunity to be.
Yeah.
And I remember when I talked to parents, parents have to learn how to outsmart their children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their kid won't stop crying for this, or they won't stop doing that. Well, you're the adult. I'm pretty sure you can think smarter than them to get them to do what you want them to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They don't, I don't like vegetables. Well, think, what could you do with these vegetables that would make this kid eat the vegetable? You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So my thing is, when it comes to men, what can I do, since I'm smarter, to get you to do what I need you to do?
That's called manipulation. That's called manipulation.
I don't have a problem manipulating people.
It's not a bad word.
It's not a bad word.
It's not a bad
The motives for why you're doing it is bad if it's self-serving and it is causing the other person harm. But everyone has to manipulate anything and everything because that's what exchange is about. And it's perfectly acceptable if that person is in a relationship and one to another you've submitted to this type of, no, you should do this.
Yeah.
Oh, you manipulate me. Yes, I am, because you asked me to help you with this.
Right.
You need to
You
do
do
this.
this.
Okay? Because control and all of that thing goes with authority and submission. But nevertheless, that wasn't the point I was making. When it comes to men in a male-dominated industry, why are you there? And if you recognize your power as a woman, you don't care what they think or how they dominate. And ooh, did you think that he was the boss and he wasn't? I don't care. Who's getting the check? Pay me.
Yeah.
I know there's a huge issue. I don't know why this stuff is cooking in this pan like that, but it's terrible.
It sounds like it's on.
It's good. And it
Good.
smells
Smells so
so
good.
good.
Down, but it is sticky. This was chicken Italian sausage that we took the casings out so that we could make gravy with it, and it is giving me a hard time over here.
It smells good.
It's do smell
It
good.
smells real good.
I got an example though, man. Y'all might hate me for it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord.
But I'm gonna say that there are now. Listen, I'm putting my disclaimer at the front of this. There are male chauvinists in the workplace in this world. Period. There are.
Right. Yes.
Right, of course.
But there are some times where women get up to a high place and mess it up in a certain way. And I'll tell you this experience. This experience was Sip's cup. No, so this experience was we had an issue on the job and simple communication needed to happen. Let's sit down to the table and let's communicate and move forward with what should happen.
Hold on. Salt, pepper, cayenne, garlic powder, onion powder, and then flour.
It was male, female, two different bosses. So what ended up happening is the female boss didn't necessarily like what the male, they're in a partnership, didn't necessarily like the decisions that he was making. But instead of, talking to him directly, she started doing indirect things. And it didn't have anything to do with the content of the material that needs to change. It had everything to do with how she felt about how he was handling it.
Okay, but you lost on the details. So she messed it up how? How do you think women, and more specifically, how do you think, generally speaking, I should say, women mess it up?
Being led by emotions and not necessarily fact. Sometimes there's an emotional response without considering the fact.
I call BS on that.
I got the
Let
experience.
me tell you, so do I. Okay, I think what you just did was generalize and stereotype women for being emotional, and we hate that. Number one, men are emotional all the time in their leadership roles. They could be having a pissing contest. You know what I mean? You have to choke me out. You know what I mean? They make decisions, put their big penis on the table. That's an emotion. Feeling inadequate or insufficient, and they make huge business decisions off of those emotions.
I agree.
So we're not going to say women mess it up. People in general can be emotional when making decisions. And it is a stab when a man tells a woman that the only reason she did this was out of emotion when he made 50 million decisions out of emotion. That's humanity.
It's true.
So we get labeled as being over emotional.
Yeah.
When y'all be just equally as emotional, but you call it anger or frustration. And we just call it, oh, you hurt my feelings. And all of a sudden, oh, we're being emotional.
Yeah. That's true.
Y'all be just as petty. Just as irrational sometimes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And you don't
no.
know the backstory. Maybe she's had a history before you got there of talking to him and it never worked.
Well, in this case, it was a training program that was
I'm just
sufficient.
telling
I don't disagree with you, but in her case, her emotions did get the best
Well,
of
that's
her.
with anybody. That's male or female. That's not a woman gets
But
the top
in-
and her emotions get the work.
I'm just saying, in this industry, you see that a lot.
In
We do.
in what?
Construction.
Of course, because y'all are probably stressing her out.
It's stressful.
I mean, but in any, and I don't even think it even matters. Did she get fired?
She got removed. She got removed by how she handled things.
Removed. What does that mean?
She didn't get fired from her company,
Oh, okay.
but the project, she just got removed from that project.
Nobody cares. Remove me from all projects. Probably a good thing. As long as you ain't messing with my paycheck.
No, she's good
No,
at what she does.
Okay,
She's great at what she does.
then it didn't cost her anything then. I mean, sometimes you got to be the noisy wheel. You got to be the one that makes the noise. You got to be the one that has the problem. And men can call it whatever y'all want. I'm trying to get stuff done. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I don't know her situation. I'm just all the thing I'm correcting is just because you can classify it as emotional, there are plenty of men you complain about other men at your job. You know, with the racism thing. These are all emotional moves, mindsets, and emotions. Don't make women emotional, and we can't somehow handle business because of emotion.
Well, in that example, it was how the emotion was applied within that situation, and it's common. You see it, and I'm not negating what you're saying is true. Just
You see what?
it's seen that
You see what?
you can see that when you sit down at the meeting and you have, okay, what is the real issue? In a lot of the cases, the issue is something personal and not necessarily the details of is the project running.
It's
smoothly.
personal with men too.
Yeah, that is
It
true.
is personal with men too.
It is.
Just
It
because
is.
in the
No,
industry, you don't see
No,
the
yeah.
decisions made out of emotion like that.
No,
it's made
I
off numbers.
disagree.
Y'all talking like y'all are in construction.
No, not in construction. No, I'm not in construction.
I'm just telling you what I see. You can take it or leave it. I understand all men are emotional, women are emotional, but in these situations, I have seen irrational emotional decisions made.
But what made it irrational?
Because the extent of what the material was designed for was good. Everybody agreed that it was good, but because of the bad relationship, and I worked for her, so I knew what she was doing behind the scenes. So she was
Go sit down. Be quiet.
So she was telling me her grievances, and she didn't like him, and she was like, you know what, I'm gonna F this up, basically. So it's just my experience. I'm not saying that that's always the case, but I
mean,
did.
that's just her. That's not women.
Right.
That's just her. That's her. You saw some person that had bad ethics. You know what I mean? That you saw a person that decided rather than working within the system and the business that she works in, decided to mess it up. But that's not women in general. Women in general are running around making boss moves and then decide to be emotional and that's just her.
Yeah, I can say it's probably highlighted when women do it. Like when women do it, it's probably highlighted that she's only doing it because she's
I'm sure
a
there's
woman.
some other men that are just being just equally as underhanded or cutting in that industry or backbiting or meet with you one day and then do it behind your back, but you don't know because they're not venting to you. She just made the mistake of telling you. That's all. She made the mistake of actually opening up and expressing her feelings to you. Because if she would have done all of that without really explaining to you how she felt, then you had no. You
wouldn't have no ground.
You would have no ground. You would just like you just did something.
You could see it. You can see it. I know y'all defending womanhood to the T.
We ain't
To the
defending women.
T.
Y'all make everything emotional, and it is so frustrating because women can't get nothing done because y'all just write it off as an emotion. When men do the exact same thing, and I'm just saying both men and women have emotions, and both men and women can do things at high levels of leadership based off of emotion. And good leaders can control it, and bad leaders can't. So it has nothing to do with gender.
So will we say that women are not more inclined to emotion than men?
No.
Oh.
You think?
I honestly do think.
Do you think that women are more emotional than men?
I do think women have more emotional. Certain things to women register a lot more.
BS, Stephon. You are one of the most emotional men I know.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm saying that women. I think women see a lot more that this means that and that means that, and it targets my emotion. Targets women emotion. For a man, certain things go above our heads.
That's just because y'all stupid. But
See that? All men stupid.
your head, yes, but when it is something you want, y'all look at everything. Y'all be, well, why you ain't answer your phone? But why you ain't do this? But why you, I mean, when y'all really want something, when you're focused on something that matters to you, y'all notice everything. You do notice everything. So just because a woman is thinking something else is important that you're not thinking is important doesn't mean she's being more emotional.
Right.
Because the quantity of how much that y'all think
Yes.
is more, the quantity is going to be more emotion over here versus the little dumb stuff that
But
we don't see.
okay. We may have more of them because more things are important to us. Let me tell you something that me and my therapist talked about. All right, we talked about this. You know, okay. We talked about the idea about feelings and emotions within men, you know, and women. And I hope I'm about to burn up everything in this conversation. Everything is about to burn up, okay? Bump this bill, okay? Take this bill, okay? Because you said we is emotional. Now you ain't gonna have no dinner.
I ain't even going to get, see, look, I ain't even going to get no food.
I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna burn everything up.
See? Point proven. Point proven.
I can't focus on this conversation. I have to cook. But me and my therapist talked about an aspect when it comes to men. Women may classify, when a woman is in a room, a woman may say, you know, hey, my name is Susan, you know, I'm the wife of Jim, you know, I'm the mother of, you know, Taylor and Tom, they're my babies, you know. And a man might go into him, hey, my name is Jim and I'm in construction. Men most often identify what they do, themselves with what they do, and women most often identify how they relate to people. They identify themselves with their relationships. I'll say it again. Men most often identify themselves based off of what they do. Women most often identify themselves based off of who they're in relationship with. Okay? Both have an identity. They get it from different places. So when you affect a man's job, you get him at his high levels of emotion. Hello, somebody.
That's true.
You affect his
I can
work.
tell
And
you.
oh yeah. Hello, right? Women, it's really relational. What my boss said, what I didn't like it, how I felt, how, you know, I thought we had a good relationship, a good working relationship, and now we don't have a good working relationship. You know, my children, my husband, and we're about the relational. All of those things are how we get our identity. Yes?
I'm following.
Okay. One of the differences that we noticed, me and my therapist was talking, and he said, I never even looked at that because I was telling him about the loss of my mother and some of the relational things that come with that. And he said, you know, one aspect about the women that relate, that have identity based off of relationships with people, is that they are more connected. They feel more connected. So as a man, I may miss out on that. Because I'm not as connected.
Because our friendships suck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't ever talk to our friends. Girls are good friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talk about everything.
That's why I'm like, we be trying to have friends that are girls. Like, we don't do that.
So he said, we might miss out on a couple of things. Some of the importances of relating because we identify ourselves with what we do. And he said that could be problematic for us. And the reason why I bring that up is men are not more or less emotional than women. They may have less categories. But when you guys do get emotional, y'all want to throw bombs at people.
Start a war.
Y'all want to get a gun. You want to punch somebody. So if we're really going to quantify things, we may have a lot of little ones, but y'all got big chunks of ones with quite a few. So maybe it's equal.
Well,
and I mean, you got to give me that much. Okay,
you make a good point.
All right, because y'all be like, man, the man in my job, man, I'm going to punch him in his face. Next time we run up, we'll be like, punch him in his face. I mean, I'm telling you, Susan got on my nerves, but I ain't going to punch her at work. That's to work. You know what I'm saying? So, even with my dad is an amazing man. And, you know, I think if anybody makes my dad mad, they must be the devil. You know, but when it really bothers him, 10.
Yeah.
All right? Yes. Us, 7. In comparison to y'all, okay? I'm gonna get my gun. Get your gun? What you get your gun for? No, they think I'm playing. Ain't nobody playing. Ain't nobody think you're playing. We ain't gotta get the gun.
No.
So we may have a lot of little or less ones, more of them. But y'all, when y'all do hit, y'all hit hard. Y'all hit big on that. So I don't believe this thing that men have less emotion than women. You may not get as emotional about certain things, but when you do, you go big. So to me, that's smarter.
I get you. We digress.
What is the people saying? 'Cause I
Okay,
know you
your
gotta say
dad.
something.
Your dad said, Pastor, we got some real emotional, touchy dudes out here now.
He said these guys be soft as toilet tissue.
He said cats ain't built like they used to be.
Come on, man, tell the truth. Y'all emotional.
We all emotional.
We all emotional.
We all emotional.
We all man,
You know.
cheers, man. We all emotional.
Now, when I start being emotional, don't call me the B word. Do not say, "Oh, stop acting like a little B." These double standards. Let's talk about double standards. No, that's not a conversation. I think y'all gonna win that one.
Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and take the gravy, which I think is about done. Now my gravy is a little meaty. Okay.
Yes.
I think it
love
was
meat.
supposed to be chopped into small pieces, but I didn't get it small enough. So this is the.
Woo! Somebody catch
That's
it.
fine.
But it's chicken sausage, Italian chicken sausage in this gravy. We're going to pour this over the biscuits, top it with shredded cheese, and put it back in the oven. Then I think our eggs are almost done. So we're going to let you guys taste those eggs. And then, what else? Then I'm going to make some pancakes for dessert.
I'm feeling so
We're
blessed
going to
right
have some
now.
little pancakes, some little lemon pancakes right quick with some lemon ricotta dip on top, whipped cream on top. Yeah, that's what's up. Want to taste?
Yes.
I'm going on top.
I know that's right.
Come on.
Go to the
Yes.
plate.
God, it's
Going
already
to
there.
it's done.
Okay.
It's done. It don't
It's
need
there.
to go
It's
nowhere
there.
else. It's good.
Oh my lord.
That
Okay,
food
y'all,
is
can
good.
y'all see that? Okay, y'all
Look
can.
at that. Look at that. Come on
We're gonna just
now.
pour this right on
Wait a
top.
minute. Now you know you're showing out here, Pastor Darren. Wait a
Smother these
minute.
biscuits.
Come on.
That's supposed to be
Meaty
pulled
that
apart,
is.
but I think we're going to have to cut these because we are not going to be able to pick these bad boys up.
God,
I'm
Look
just
at
being
that.
honest.
Come
meaty.
on.
All that
That's
meat in
crazy.
there.
Jeez.
It's going to be a biscuit under here somewhere, okay? I hope we'll be able to find it.
Great.
Right. With all that meat. Look at that. Come on.
Ooh-wee. All right. Everybody got some?
Everybody wants some?
Yeah, definitely.
It's savory. It's a little spicy like I like it. Like it spicy. All right. Where's my rag? Okay, so what anybody else say anything?
Let's see.
Y'all supposed to look at that comment. They're supposed to look at that comment.
It's hard to focus around here.
Food it is.
Pastor Glenda said they need to invent a scratch and sniff screen for phones.
That would be pretty cool if they had it.
Smell photons.
So we're gonna put a little
Look at that. Look at that.
shredded cheese. This is some sharp cheddar
Come on.
right on
now.
top. Oh yeah.
Oh.
We can't. It's hard to focus.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Y'all can read the
Oh,
comments.
no comment.
Y'all have
No
another
comment.
comment. They're not real quiet in here,
comment.
okay? Y'all supposed to be talking, all right?
We had a moment of silence.
Right. For the food.
We're gonna top these bad boys back off.
Oh, come on, man.
All right.
I feel bad for the viewers.
Right. We got to watch this.
Cover these bad boys back up. There's a couple pieces of meat. Somebody want to try that?
Oh, yes.
Laying off on the side there.
Let's step up.
Don't we jealous, y'all?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, brother.
Oh,
Yes.
So good.
Oh, that's good.
hey.
Good gravy right
Wow.
there.
Hey, man.
Good.
This is about to
Oh
go
my
down.
God.
It is
I was concerned it
about.
wasn't enough seasoning, but I think it's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to go
Yeah.
That is perfect.
It's
All right,
so
what else?
good.
What else they want to talk about, man? Ain't no comments. Y'all don't read no comments.
Yeah, no comment.
Y'all
Well-
ain't talking.
Pastor Shar asked,
What's your hey, Sean?
Shar asked, how do you, when you've been out in the world, how do you come back to the church when you've been out in the world?
Who that my baby?
That's
Sean?
Shar. That's what Shar said, Pastor. That's what Shar
Shar.
said.
Baby, you just come to church. You ain't got to worry about nothing, okay? We your family, okay? You ain't got to worry about how you come. You just come. Ain't nobody perfect. Nobody ever been perfect.
That's right.
So you ain't got to dress up no kind of way. You ain't got to act no kind of way. You've always been family, okay? And we miss you.
We love you,
Yeah.
Sean.
We love you,
Shar.
Shar.
All right, so you ain't got to worry about that. You just show up, man. You gotta try to get your life together. I'll help you with that when you get there.
I'll be happy every time you see Sean. Be so happy.
So, Shar, don't you even have to worry about that, sweetie. You just show up, okay? And I think the best thing you could do, and this is for anybody, is to try to be consistent. Just make when I rededicated my life to the Lord, after, I was out in them streets, I said, I know it's a lot of stuff I don't understand and a lot of stuff I got wrong, but I'm going to commit to at least going to church every week. And come rain or shine, that's what I did. And it was hard, but I knew after time, everything else would get worked out. Do you understand? So I think just do one thing, and that's make a commitment to continue to go to a place, not just Shar, but anyone that really feeds you spiritually.
Yeah.
That shepherds you, that disciples you. Just make a commitment to show up.
That's good.
That's it.
Pastor.
Just do that one thing, and I promise you, the Lord will take care of the rest.
Man.
It's gonna be some other stuff you got to do after that, but the first step is just to commit to it. Just show up. And when you show up, you ain't gonna just sit down and not do nothing. Eventually, like, well, I'll clap. I'll go to Bible study the one time. Eventually, it's like going to the gym. If you get a personal trainer and they just say, just show up, you ain't gonna sit there and twiddle your thumbs. You're like, well,
You're not.
all right, well, I'll get on the elliptical.
Right. While I'm here,
Just
come on,
showing
let's
up,
go.
you'll end up doing it. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So don't try to figure out what to do. Just show up. And it'll work itself out, I promise, okay? Especially if to my baby Shar, you just come to church, Snuckums. Okay.
She's how I love y'all.
We love you too.
Love you
We
too,
love you
Shar.
too, Shar. All right. Who's next?
That's Messiah, mama.
That is Messiah. Mom.
Glenda said she was really enjoying the conversation concerning the difference between men and women versus people who operate out emotions.
Well, that's good. Thank you.
Yes.
You only picking the worst kind. We can't even go nowhere with that.
No,
We'll do that.
What's we going with
What
that?
you do with that next, Jules?
Throw it to you, man.
Anybody else got nothing else? Well, I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna finish cooking, okay? I think our eggs are almost done. No, I'm pretty sure they are done. And pour this hot water over here.
But no, Pastor, taking away from this lovely conversation tonight.
Man is emotional. No, we're not. Women is emotional.
But there's
Man, it was good though, man.
It was. No, that was good. That's
It's-
real.
Yeah. Off of cooking, that's a good
Yeah.
conversation.
it's really allowing the differences that we all just humanly have, even with how to just work things out with people that we work with, that are in our friendships. We have to really look at how people are made, how people are built, understand people, whether they're the different sex, different race. There's something about being different that's okay. And we have to I feel like we have to learn to accept that
Yes.
and not let that block,
Yes.
our
Yeah.
relationships with people.
I agree wholeheartedly. Well, you know what I was just thinking? Since Joel doesn't eat eggs, we can keep these warm and we can eat hers. Hers warm until after the show.
Yeah.
And we can eat hers as
on,
a
man.
sample, huh? Doesn't that look good?
That does.
Really good.
Can y'all see that? Ooh, it's steaming.
So
So it's,
jealous and you don't eat
you don't even eat
Eggs
eggs.
look so good.
I give you a little top off your drink a little bit. I can't do it a whole works, but I'll give you a little
Thank
top
you.
off.
Man, thank you.
Thank you.
It's an amazing drink, by the way.
It is.
Yeah,
Really good.
It's the blood orange and some ginger ale and some fresh fruit. And I got some of these little toast.
Wait a
Wait a minute. See,
All right, now look, this is what you do.
That microwave
Boom.
is magic.
Boom.
Boom,
Okay, let's
boom,
see.
boom. And this is what you do. Just no, you don't get any. So what you do is you take. I want to. Can y'all see this? You take these little eggs and you just dip it in there. And that goodness right there, that good cream. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Ooh,
oh.
don't even look.
Maybe I won't be able to.
Our egg got a little cooked. It's supposed to be runny, but it got a little cooked. Try it out. Here, I'll get you a knife. You can spread it on there. Oh,
Oh,
oh my God, it's so good.
oh.
That's good. You might have to spread it because the egg good. A little cooked.
That's good.
It's supposed to be a little runny. It got a little
Look cooked.
That's really good.
Look cool.
That's really,
Isn't
really
that
good.
Describe it to him, Danny.
It's like cheesy, garlicky, creamy, kind of like a little tart, but not too tart. Just, it's so good. It's good.
Woo!
God,
Ain't never had nothing like this.
man, the bread is all nice and garlicky and buttery and
My taste buds feeling exotic.
yeesh.
All right.
It's just good.
Let's get these pancakes done right quick, and it's time to eat. Okay, so for our breakfast, for dinner, we're making pancakes. You can use any pancake batter you like. I'm using lemon pancakes, my favorite. I already pre-mixed it. And hopefully it'll pour out in this pan really nicely. And then we're gonna just can you pop that up? And thank you.
Yeah, this time to work.
I knew it was coming.
Put the buns on it. Put the buns on it.
Ah,
Who came to the gun show?
Put the buns on it.
you ain't gonna defeat me.
That right there is real good.
It looks divine, and I
It tastes divine.
So upset
It's
that I don't
really,
eat
really
You should
good.
start eating eggs right now.
Exactly. Just get in there. You know, give it a try.
I can eat egg whites. It's just that
Just
can't do the eggs.
it's
Can't do the yolk. Can't do it.
okay. It's okay.
I think we've had an amazing show. I've got to hook up these lemon ricotta pancakes, and we're out of time. And then we're gonna eat. Okay, so the biscuits. Let's at least see how the biscuits came out.
Yes.
We got 2 more minutes, but I think the cheese has melted enough.
You know what? Oh
So we
my
can at least
God.
see how the biscuits turned
So
out.
good.
You know you showing
Oh my
out
God.
in here. Come on.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Hot pan coming through.
Hot.
Oh yeah, that looks
Oh,
good.
that's
good.
beautiful. Come
Nice.
on.
We're gonna be recipients.
Now,
of
you
You get
know,
extra because I
you
couldn't eat the
know-
eggs.
No, I don't know if that's the case.
I don't get extra, but I will serve you first. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so can our viewers see this just before we go? I had a wonderful time this
Man,
evening.
this is great.
Nice.
You guys gave me great things to talk about. Got a little heated, got a little hot in here. I love it. Let's do it again. All right, so here is all that ooey gooiness
Come on.
on that smothered in gravy biscuit. Joel gets the first one.
Mm.
Do you want to pick it up and bite? Or you want a knife and fork? How you want? You gonna be nice or you gonna be dirty? Oh, take a bite. Let us see how it tastes.
Oh my God.
Is it good? Is it good?
Look at it.
Is it
It's all
good?
on my hands.
You gotta walk it off. You gotta walk it off. Let me walk it off, coach. Listen, we had a great time with you this evening. I've got to feed them. We've got to plate the rest of this ooey gooey biscuits and gravy up, finish these pancakes, and we're going to eat. I had such a wonderful time. I'll see you next week,
Yes.
Friday night at 8. You guys want to tell
Woot,
everybody
woot.
bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all. Take care now.
Thank y'all for coming
Love you
in
guys.
with us.
Happy to see you. Take care now.
Okay, bye. All right, they're done. Okay, say bye.